historic venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the SMU Mustangs and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
Catching up with the Fighting Irish head coach before the game. He understands just how important this game is, but he's trying to take that pressure off of his players. He said, it's us. We just have to focus one play at a time and doing your job every down. He understands this environment will be a challenge, but he believes they will have the better composure and poise to compete here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. For a strong kick to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the run, it's Green. There he goes. Oh, he got loose. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. They're going to ride this running back. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Guys, top 5 matchup this late in the season. It feels like a de facto playoff game.
It is, man. This is the big showcase. Late in the season, you're proving to the committee exactly who you are, where you stand. I don't think it gets any better than this late season showdowns. A lot of time rivalries, too, Jesse. These are the best.
David, you're right. And both of these teams have been on a collision course all year long. We knew that this game was going to matter a lot, so you know the intensity is going to be off the charts. That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Mustangs with the 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Right side, it's Cooper. Finds a crease at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Mustangs!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Straight ahead, it's Mobley. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Carr. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled him. Palmer, you got a #1 receiver out wide that we know they're going to force feed. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you've just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call. You doubled my best receiver. I got to go somewhere else with the football.
Going downfield for the big play. A full dive to haul that one in.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this, baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Long way to go on 2nd down. Might as well run him again. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Third and 6 yards to go. Gets the back moving. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his target. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride him again. Nice move to keep running.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
End of the period, and SMU has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. And the RPO got him. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed. And if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it in his belly. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you 1st downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The Mustangs are marching down the field. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Sets his feet. It's Jennings. Taken in by Smith on the right side. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted for the 11th time. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call, and they get the INT.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Carr. Caught in the backfield, it's Mobley. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Hauls it in. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Pulls it in, it's Knight. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
2nd and long here. fired. On the last play, they'll go back to the air. Release to the back. The short hands. It's Green. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
And that's a really fun toy to have. When you can go 5 wide and use your running back, man, and make them have to cover him with a bigger body. A guy that he's faster than, but a guy that can now run routes. And you see these running backs, man, they've developed so well in their route running. Nice route, on the same page with this quarterback. They have a nice connection right there.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. We saw it on that last play.
After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Takes the easy one to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
A 1st down run in the red zone. They were all over it.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. He's got him in the flat. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
That is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Smashes it between the uprights. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Here's Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Long way to go on 2nd down. The give to the single back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. To the air, it's Jennings. Just got rid of that one.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting a field goal.
On the return, it's Perez. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quick handoff. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. And the run goes nowhere, and that'll send us to halftime. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. Our first stop is with Kansas State taking on the number 14 team, the Arizona Wildcats.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here of the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They've played really well in this first half.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Porter. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Carr. Rush right in his face. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football. Man, I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Powers inside. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's fourth down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Timeout is called. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Play clock was down to 4. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Looking for the marker. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the fourth down, and it paid off.
And coaches have their scripts and their play sheets, and they have fourth and short. You know, when you get in these situations, they have plays that they're confident in. Called one here. Great job executing right near midfield.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Mobley. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Throwing, Carr. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Headed to the edge, it's Green. Just smothered on the play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
To throw, it's Jennings. Rush is on. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. That defensive lineman just smelled pass on that play, and he got in the backfield and sacked the quarterback.
And that's why they get paid the big bucks. Defensive linemen, they got to play the run, be physical. But, man, when you can get a beat and understand it's going to be a pass and jump off the snap like this, make a big play, and now you put them behind the sticks, and the advantage goes big time to the defense.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. Right down the middle. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be third down.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Here in the gun, third down. Here's Carr. He's going for the big play. Caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Drops back on first down. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And this is one of those things that are really hard to stop for a defense, man. When that QB starts to get outside the pocket, now I'm thinking he's going to run it. What are my rules? Nice job by the running back starting to creep back towards his quarterback. Now, listen, you throw it over the middle of the field late, it doesn't always turn out well, but on this play, big conversion. Nice job scrambling around, buying some time for his running back to get open.
Caught. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Hand it to the back. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking for a gap. It's Mobley. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
Brings up second down.
This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more quarter to play. It looks as if we are ready to go here in the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the foot. Throwing it away 3 times already.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. To the air, it's Carr. Shoots it to the left. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
The Irish send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Second down to the air. Throws to the tight end. Working on the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Wants to throw on third down. Escapes the pressure to his right. Turning it on. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, this has got to be so frustrating because you're running out of time. You're running out of possessions. You got to get the ball back to your offense. But, man, this QB just makes a great play. He runs around, scrambles, gets a first down. So frustrating.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And you still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Fires immediately.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Mustangs can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll set up to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Got a man, it's Green. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, this quarterback is dynamic, and it's because of his speed. You see it in the run game, but also when he decides to extend the play, scramble, and just buy himself time. Defense can't keep up with him as he's able to find that completion for the first.
Play action on 1st down. Moves to his right. Makes a connection. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And the Mustangs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Going to the run, it's Green. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, SMU!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. He'll bring it out. It's Barres. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. With the catch, it's Porter. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines so guys can get out of bounds.
Carr. Back's got it on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
You know, swing passes to the running back oftentimes are like an extension of the running game. That's like a sweep, but give the defense a ton of credit. The speed to be able to pursue and get to the football is why they've now set up fourth down.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and ball security, David. That's premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Not only the scoreboard, but the clock on the side of the offense as they take a knee, though the D can stop it a couple more times. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true. So I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national